Hey guys! If you're watching this video, then that means you're considering one of two things. Either staying at the S Hotel or the Hyatt Zilara in Montego Bay. You've come to the right place. I'm going to give you a full review of what we think were the pros and cons of each resort. So without further ado, here we go! The first resort we're going to cover is the S Hotel. Let's start with the introduction. I give our introduction a 7.5 out of 10. I'll start out by saying the lobby was pretty, the bellhop was really nice, the front desk was also really nice. They gave us a welcome box that was very underwhelming. It had generic chips and cookies and we didn't really eat it. We didn't even touch it, technically. Although the front desk was nice, they didn't give us a tour of the hotel, which would have been really helpful because we had a hard time enjoying our first day. She gave us a lot of information, but we didn't really retain it all. For example, we thought the only place that we could have lunch was a jerk hut, which was not the case. Our room keys were bracelets. We liked that because it made it hard to lose them, but they did mention that if we did lose them, it'd be a $100 charge. That was a turn off. It's a ridiculous price to charge for a tiny piece of plastic. Now let's talk about the rooms. We give the room a 6.5 out of 10. Our room was average at best. Our travel agent, for whatever reason, gave us a double bed, which we would have never given anybody $1 if we knew it was going to be a double bed. But besides that, it had a huge bathroom. We took a lot of pictures and it also had a decent sized shower. Our room also came with a balcony. You could see the main pool area and a smidge of the beach. Everything was extremely visible, so if you like to be intimate on your balcony, this isn't the place for you. Now let's talk about the outside pool area. It was gorgeous and I think we got a lot of good photos. It also was never super crowded. There was always like a moderate amount of people out. We could always find seats and pillows whenever we wanted. It's also kid friendly. Now let's talk about food. The food on this resort was oddly satisfying. I say that because our favorite part was the buffet, and I don't like buffets, like at all. This resort had a 24-hour cafe, which served different types of Jamaican patties, also different small pastries. So we would come here in between lunch and dinner anytime the restaurants weren't ready. This resort also had a restaurant. It's reservation only. The food was tasty, but it was very small portions. As soon as we got done our food, we went right to the buffet. They also had an outdoor lunch spot. We only ate here one time, and that was on the first day. The jerk chicken had way too much pepper. Besides the jerk chicken and rice and peas, they had hot dogs and hamburgers, but they looked kind of soggy, so we passed. And last but not least, the buffet, which served breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This was our favorite spot to eat at because it had the tastiest food. Sidebar, I know good oxtails, and I know good curry goat. And they made some good oxtails and some good curry goat. They had a black chef. They had somebody's auntie back there. Now let's talk about entertainment. There wasn't a whole lot to do on this resort, but they did have live entertainment every night, which could be hit or miss depending on what you like. Oh, we almost forgot to talk about the Sky Lounge. The Sky Lounge was really decent. I liked it. There was a bar, lots of seating, and not to mention the transparent sky pool, which you can get amazing photos in. Now the last thing we will address is customer service. We'll give this resort a 7.5 in customer service. They weren't very attentive, but if we needed something, they were on it. Like, don't expect to be chilling by the pool and expect somebody to come up to you and ask you if you wanted something to drink. It was a hit or miss. The S Hotel has a 3-night minimum stay, but 2 nights is sufficient enough to get the pictures that you need. So the 3 nights was a little long for us. So all in all, the S Hotel wasn't bad. Parts of it are very beautiful and you can create a lot of good content there. But even though I like to take good photos, I go on vacation to be able to relax and be pampered and experience great customer service. So we hope this gives you some insight if you're thinking about staying at the S Hotel. Now, let's talk about our second resort, the Hyatt Zilara, Montego Bay. First things first, let's talk about the introduction. We give the introduction at this resort a 7.5. We give it a 7.5 because even though the staff was really nice, we didn't get a tour. And tours for us are very important. This property was huge. We had no idea where anything was. We don't necessarily have anything bad to say about the introduction. It just could have been a little better. Now let's talk about our room. I'm sorry we don't remember the name of the room, but it was one of their swim ups. So there was a pool attached to the room that we shared with other suites. It wasn't private or anything, but typically with swim ups, you don't find a lot of people in them anyway. So you may notice that anytime you're inside, other people are probably somewhere else on the resort. I think we only ran into a couple once. The pool area had 2 lounging chairs as well as a patio set. So sometimes we go out there, chill and relax, drink some champagne. So back to the room. They had a mini bar that was refillable daily upon request. When we first entered the room, we were greeted by champagne, and on a plate it said "Welcome to the Hyatt Zilara" written in chocolate with different flavored cakes. It was really nice. As far as the bathroom, it was nice, nothing too special. Now let's talk about the property itself. It was huge. There was technically 2 sides, so it was the Hyatt Zilara and the Hyatt Ziva. So the Hyatt Zilara was their adults only side and their Hyatt Ziva was the family side. Since we were staying at the Hyatt Zilara, that meant we have both sides available to us. Each side of the resort kind of had like its own beach. The family side had a really nice beach. That's actually where we got this photo from, and this photo, and this photo. We liked the family side of the beach so much that we actually never checked out the adults only side of the beach. But from what we saw, it looked really nice too. The property had a lot of pools on both sides. On the adult side, the main pool had a swim up bar that was really nice, with poolside basketball right next to it that I beat my boyfriend in. They also had a bunch of cabanas that you can rent, but we're not sure how much they cost. Oh, and the resort had a lot of activities that you could participate in. We were too busy playing basketball, but we did get a chance to actually see people participating. So now let's talk about the food and restaurants. This resort had 7 different restaurants. I don't remember all of them, but I know they had a French, an Italian, a hibachi, a Brazilian, and there was a buffet style. They also had a Jamaican hut. All the restaurants that we went to were pretty decent. We made it to the Italian, the French, the buffet, and the Jamaican one. So overall, we give the food here an 8. At night, this resort also had live performances. On the family side, there was a stage, and every night there would be something different. So now I'm going to tell you about my experience at the spa. So because the property has 2 sides, there was actually 2 different spas. The spa I was at was the one on the beach, which was the Zilara. I got a Jamaican rum scrub. It was an 80-minute body scrub / massage. And because it was outside, I was able to hear the ocean the whole time. Little did I know, during my massage, my boyfriend was actually putting together a really nice surprise. So to wrap up this review, we give the Hyatt Zilara an 8. Everything was pretty decent here. We actually wish we would have stayed longer. If you guys would like to know which resort we rate above this, you should probably check out our previous review on Secrets Cap Cana in the Dominican Republic. Okay, so we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for our next one.